Hello, everybody. Welcome to Music at Noon, concert number 1000. Thank you for attending today. It wasn't easy to get here or to find a parking place, was it? But boy, is it going to be worth it. Jennifer Reason and friends will prove that to you. And we thank CapRadio for announcing at least 30 times for your convenience, so you would know that we are celebrating 1,000 concerts. Well, if you did anything one time a week, you do grocery shopping one time a week, all right, so you've done 1,000 trips to the grocery store in 20 years, big deal. Well, okay, but 1,000 concerts, a concert every week, how do you do that and have a good concert, a successful concert? Well, this is where the 1,000 is important. It's that we live in a part of the world where there is so much musical talent who wants a space like this and wants an audience like you because they work hard and they're deserving to be heard. And Sacramento is the place, partly because of Sac State and all the education in Davis, partly because of Capital Public Radio that keeps you and I informed about what's going on in the community. And because you're here today in the middle of a work week, in the middle of a work day, it's not easy to do that. But you're here. Thank you, CapRadio. Thank you, all of you who helped to make our program successful, because the artists need you. So today, it just happened that Jennifer Reason and friends, who does a concert every year or two for Music at Noon, happened to fall on concert number 1000. And a lot of people say, but how did Music at Noon even get started? Well, here's the thumbnail real fast. 22 years ago, I was working at De Anza College, and I was getting ready to retire, and my twin brother said, Brad, maybe you want to keep working. There's a nice job at Westminster. It took me a few months to make that decision. When I was at the interview for the organist position, they said, how about a concert series? I said, well, if we can do it well. It took a little bit to figure out who we could possibly have every week. But after a year or so, it became apparent to me that this is an amazing part of the world. And so that's who I like to put the focus on, is all the talent in this area. And the grateful artists and grateful audiences, they come together with a mutual need and a mutual pleasure. So that's what we do and have been doing, and hope we will continue to do it for a while. Okay, so today, Jennifer Reason and friends. At the end of the concert, we will recognize more people who have been supportive of Music at Noon, and there will be a reception in the narthex. The narthex is an old-fashioned word for lobby, so it's that room back there behind you. There'll be punch and homemade cookies. Okay? So today we are starting off with some Farrenc. Louise Farrenc, who has not received enough attention for decades, and a lovely trio, and the trio consists of flutist Cathie Apple, cellist Tim Stanley, and of course Jennifer Reason on the piano. Please give them a warm welcome.
Thank you so much. It's a lot of notes in that one. I could not be more honored to be standing in front of you on this megalith of an occasion. 1,000 concerts, and here we are, and here you are. And I just want to take a second to acknowledge all that Brad has done for this community for the whole of these last 23 years. Brad, thank you for this series. It's a big day. I've done my best in this programming to honor the tradition of music at noon, which is diversity and different styles of music. I think Brad has had every style of music I can think of on this stage at some point. So we have a little something for everyone in this program. That was a piece by Louise Farrenc, who is a contemporary of Beethoven. You haven't heard of her because she's a woman. She was born in 1804, I believe, but she was the only female composer allowed to teach at the Paris Conservatory for the entire century. The only one, and one of the first to fight successfully for wage equality for women all the way back then, and succeeded. Thank you very much. So we have old, we have new, and we have brand new. As we look to the future, 20 more years and 1,000 more concerts, it seems only fitting to kick off with a world premiere on this very special day. This has never been played before. It's Wet Ink. It's by Richard Cionco, Steinway artist and longtime professor at Sac State. And I'll just call your attention to the back of your program. The next several pieces. The lyrics are there. I highly encourage you to read the poems. They're slightly heartbreaking. That's your heads up. But this little pairing with Anne Moss, thank you, Anne, starts with birth and ends with death, as is the natural progression.
Instead, my mind is spinning, rethinking what I should have done, what I should have done, or could have to be
just gonna yell this one. That was for his grand niece who was just born, so congrats to Richard. Now to the deaf.
dressed in black. Long black jacket, broad black hat, sometimes a cape, and as thin as rubber tape, Black Max. He would raise that big black hat to the big shots of the town, who raised their hats right back, never knew they were bowing to Black Max. I'm talking about night in Rotterdam, where the right night people of all the town would find what they could in the night neighborhood of Black Max. There were women in the windows with bodies for sale, dressed in curls like little girls in little dollhouse jails. When the women walked the streets with their beds upon their backs, who was lifting up his brim to them? Black Max. And there were looks for sale, the art of the smile. Only certain people walked that mystery mile. Artists, charlatans, vaudevillians, men of mathematics, acrobatics, and civilians. There was knitting needle music from a lady organ grinder with all her sons behind her. Marco, Vito, Benno, was he strong, though he walked like a woman. And Carlo, who was 5, he must be still alive. Poor Carlo had the sick. And if you didn't take the terrible cure those days, you went crazy and died, and he did. And at the coffin, before they closed the lid, who raised his lid? Black Max. I was climbing on the train, one day going far away to the good old USA, when I heard some music underneath the tracks. Standing there beneath the bridge, long black jacket, broad black hat, playing the harmonica, one hand free, to lift that hat to me. Black Max, Black Max, Black Max. She's been married
and married, and often I've sighed. I'm never a bridesmaid.
She's always the bride. She never divorced them.
I hadn't the heart, but just remember these sweet words.
Till death do us part. She's married many men,
A ton of them, and though I've been untrue to none of them, because
she bumped off every one of them
to keep my love alive.
Sir Paul was
He
frail.
looked a wreck to me. At night he was a horse's neck to me, so I performed an appendectomy to keep my love alive.
Sir Thomas had insomnia. He couldn't sleep at night.
I got a little arsenic. He's sleeping now, all right.
Sir Philip played the harp.
I cussed the thing. I crowned him with his harp to bust the thing.
And now he plays where hearts are just a thing to keep alive. possibilities. But his flirtations made her ill at ease.
And when I'm ill at ease, I kill at ease to keep my love alive.
Sir Charles came from a sanatorium and yelled for drinks in her emporium. She mixed one drink.
He's in the memoriam to keep my love alive.
Sir Francis was a singing bird, a nightingale.
That's why I tossed him off my balcony to see if he could fly.
Sir Athelstane indulged in fratricide. He killed his dad, and that was patricide.
One night I stabbed him by my matricide
To keep her love alive. To keep her love alive.
Omari and Carrie of Rogue Music Project, thank you. It's going by so fast, I don't want it to end. There's only one more piece. I just want to say thank you again for supporting live music in this community, for serving Sacramento by keeping this concert series alive, by coming out for 23 years. It's just extraordinary. This next piece of music features Citywater, who I have actually played with for almost the entire time this concert series has been going. That's not the number we need to dwell on today. You can dwell on that one there. But this piece, I think, perfectly sums up the flavor that is music at noon. This is a contemporary classical composer that goes by DBR. But if you just think about what Sacramento has seen and what Sacramento has been through over the 23 years that this concert series has been going on, chaos, joy, awful global situations, awful city situations, wonderful city situations, all of the things. So this piece kind of walks us right through that and on into a bright, bright future, I hope, for 20 more years of music. It starts with this driving movement where the instruments intentionally start kind of pulling apart, and it's chaos. And are we friends? I'm not sure. I don't know if I can talk to you. Okay, fine, I'll talk to you. Okay, we're in agreement. It's that sort of kind of chaos. And then it moves into the movement black. And the only instruction on the score is the word pain. And then it's the dance machine, which is what I want you to leave with, the dance machine. It starts with the word solace. It goes to the word time. And at last it ends with freedom. I'll see you in the next 20 years. Thank you. Thank you, Brad, Westminster, CapRadio. Thank you for the sponsor. Let's get all the artists out for a company bow. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Don't move. Stay right where you are. We want to look at you for a while. This all goes far too fast. So let's just take our time and enjoy the experience here. And let's finish acknowledgments here. We didn't get all of the names for Citywater performers. So if you will bear with my pronunciation, violin was Amy Lindsay. Take a bow, Amy. On the clarinet, Milan Doskovic. Am I close? And percussion, Ben Prima. Let's finish acknowledgments. Please bear with me here. Richard and Eleanor Cionco, are you here?
They ran out the back. They were in the...
They're busy people, fantastic music. It's great to see Jennifer's face and Mike Nelson's face when you're used to seeing Mike Nelson as the morning host. Mike, take a bow. And Jennifer, we have no reason to not be grateful for you, because pretty much, I think if I'm wrong, you pretty much engineered this concert, didn't you? Don't we enjoy their voices in the morning and the afternoon on CapRadio? CapRadio, thank you. Thank you, CapRadio, for doing 30 free broadcasts for Music at Noon. You're the best. Forget the rest. And I got to get a little personal now. I wouldn't be here, and you probably wouldn't either, if a person didn't have the idea of his brother figuring out what's going on in Sacramento and maybe even audition for the organist job here. My twin brother, Greg, said, maybe you want this job and maybe you want to audition for it. And he is standing back there. You need to thank my brother. And I'm sorry I'm getting a little family related here. We never knew it, but my parents, Greg's and my parents, lived a few blocks from here on N Street in 1944 when they moved from Iowa after they were married. And so we had no idea Greg and I would be just blocks from where they first started to live. And my mother signed the guest register here. Okay, enough of the personal things. Now let's keep moving on with acknowledgments. First of all, the artists you see in front of you are the reason why Music at Noon continues to exist successfully, and successfully means we have so much talent in Sacramento. This is the tip of the iceberg, but it's some of the most quality tip of the iceberg. And so another applause, please, for our guests. And over the years, we've had many different volunteers, too many types just to bring them all to name here. But we've had many volunteers and supporters. Please give a round of applause for the volunteers and supporters who have helped. Some of them are you. One reason you are attracted to this space, and you are attracted to this space, and about 1,000 other Music at Noon performers are attracted, is because the way it was built, it has almost perfect acoustics. It's not too dry, it's not too, long in its sound. So it gives us exactly what we need. It was designed back in 1927. Little did they know that it was also good for concerts. And so that's why you're here, that's why I'm here, is because I love the sound of this building with a pipe organ, which you may not have heard before. It's pretty nice sounding. So thank you to Westminster. Please give Westminster a round of applause. And a very nice, shy man works behind the camera, and his name is Ray Nelson. Stand up, Ray. And if I've forgotten anybody, I'll let you know next week. Which we happen to have a concert, which I believe is a cellist, Joanne Wright. Do I have that right? I think I do, next week. And if she's bringing her friends too, it'll be Joanne Wright and friends. Okay, so now it's your turn to enjoy some good cookies, homemade cookies and punch in the narthex. That's the room in the back. And we want to thank Madeline Crane and Linda Small for doing all of the homemade cookies. Please give them a round of applause. And you will also meet Judy Vallely and Judy Foote, who will be serving the punch as well. Thank you very much for all that you do to make Music at Noon successful. See you next week. Thanks for coming. Bye for now.